Alrighty, welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always talking about wrestling and always an instant classic, baby. I'm
And
excited.
always on the flippity dippity.
It's not actually never on Flippity Dippity ever. But I'm excited. We got the TNA review for 3-2. I think it might have been actually one because I forgot it's Friday technically now. So 3-1, 2016. I'll fix that in a little bit. But this was a really good show. I definitely liked it. We started off with a match, which always gives the show a different feel. Well, first off, we had the video package on Spud turning, and then we would see Matt Hardy and Rebby kind of pumping up Rockstar Spud before they went out. Um, Rebby got to be careful though. She got to be careful. She had the baby's head just laying, just slump. You can't. You get that. That is cruelty, lady. You need to learn how to take care of your son. Come on now. You gotta hold the baby's head up. He a young man. He a young man, and you gotta learn. Anyway, we would get Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode as the first match. I know Casey was talking about last week how he didn't like that, it's the farewell tour thing, but I do like that TNA does mention that it's like his farewell to TNA. They're not like, oh, he's leaving wrestling forever because we know he's probably not. So I just think that's kind of a cool thing to that they kind of do. Um, Also, this just it just felt like it was a great technical match, which I think you always tend to see with Angle, especially just in every one of his matches has usually been great technically, and he ends up winning with the ankle lock with the grapevine because you just can't you can't get out of it. James Storm will come out, he would shout out to Angle. Angle would chug some milk. And then Angle said he want to see Beer Money versus the Wolves, and then that would end up getting set up while I grab my charger. Any thoughts on Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode?
And dude, uh, I'm gonna wait until
I'm right
DJ gets
here.
that. Oh, okay. Because I'm about to say something, and I'm gonna get some hate from the one DJ Beal. First of all, nothing against Bobby Lashley. He the destroyer. I honestly think this should have been Kurt Angle's final match. It was so much. It was so good, and they have
I
so.
did. You better say so much better. The match hasn't happened yet.
I mean, it's so good that even though the match hasn't happened yet, it's still better than that match. No, I just really think that Kurt Angle and Bobby Roode have this chemistry together. And anytime they're in the ring together, it just seems natural and a really good match. And I feel like if Bobby Lashley and Kurt Angle was tonight, and then they did his final match as Bobby Roode, that I personally think that would be better. But then again, they're, I guess, sort of trying to build up Bobby Lashley again. I don't know. They kind of build him up and had him on top and then let him go for a while, and then it feels like they're trying to build him up again.
You know what would have been really fun though? Obviously they couldn't do it, but if they would have had his final match be against Samoa Joe, because his first match was against Samoa Joe, that would have been cool. But a man can only dream.
Yeah. I loved the milk when they brought the milk out. I was like, yes, classic Kurt Angle.
Vintage, would you say?
I would say vintage. I would. He just got to bring out the gold medals and the 3 eyes, and it would be vintage. But I definitely like that. I almost was expecting a turn or like a heel turn from Beer Money for some reason. It just felt like something was going to happen. I'm glad it didn't, because it was kind of a cool moment just to have them come out and show their respects to Kurt Angle and everything like that. And then the Wolves came out. and set up the match, obviously, for next week. So that's going to be a cool thing. But definitely a good opening match and opening segment, I guess.
Agreed. Next we got a Matt Hardy promo. Still really loving this iconic heel Matt Hardy. Hardy would declare that EC3 is on the outside looking up. I don't know if he meant looking in, but looking up, whatever. Tyrus was in the back looking scrunched up. I don't know if you I don't know if you caught that, but the man looked like he was in a ball or something. He was like just scrunched up back there in the back. I was cracking up. He was scrunched up back there in the back. He praises Rockstar Spud and brings Rockstar Spud out. Spud came out, cut a monster promo, talking down to his country, talking about why he did what he did and whatnot. EC3 would then come out, and then the man don't have a shirt, and I don't get it. I don't understand why they send that man out there without a shirt. That's messed up. Everybody else got shirts. Rockstar Spud got his own leather jacket now. My boy EC3, the champ, darn it, can't get a shirt. That the man can't get. He got to come out there looking all swollen and make me jealous because I can't do. Anyway, I can't do stuff like that because Anyway, I just like this. It obviously EC3, they tried to attack EC3, but he pretty much he fought him off. This EC3 Spud stuff is really juicy. It's really good. And it's not necessarily like the main. Well, it's kind of the main feud right now, but it's not necessarily like for the world title. But it feels really big, and I think it's always felt this way. I don't know how they built such a good chemistry with each other, but they've done a terrific job working together. Spud's promo was off the chain or what off to something. Spud's promo was really good. I thought it made him look like it was one of the things you just weren't used to seeing from Spud because he hasn't always been the most serious guy. But tonight with this promo, I mean it was really good. I truly enjoyed Rockstar Spud's promo in this show. Any thoughts on EC3, Matt Hardy, Tyrus being all scrunched up, Rebby? He's looking cute,
I mean, she aight. No. I do. I miss the Rockstar Spud suits. I do. They were classic. But the man can rock a leather jacket. I mean, he had that little bit of a 50s biker feel, but it was modern. He had the 5 o'clock shadow thing going on. I can dig it. I definitely like this new heel Rockstar Spud. I mean, we've had a heel Rockstar Spud before, but like I said in previous videos, it was more of a kind of, he's the assistant, he's the kind of weasel, suck up, kiss ass sort of. This is more of a, serious Spud, still obviously that kind of a little bit of a kind of cowardly heel, but you can take it more seriously, I feel like. I'm kind of, this is kind of looking more into the future, but I'm kind of waiting for dissension between Tyrus and Rockstar Spud. There's going to be something there where, Matt starts to pick favoritism over, with Rockstar Spud over Tyrus, and then Tyrus gets mad, something like that. So I'm waiting for that. Obviously, we're going to have the feud between Rockstar Spud and EC3 first, but I'm waiting for that to happen. And again, EC3, man, he too jacked for a shirt. He tried to put a shirt on. He tried before he came out. It just wasn't working. So he just came out without the shirt. Yeah.
Did Tyrus look like he was in one of them little balls that they have in the doggone thing? You put 2 quarters in and
The man, he need to chill, just relax. It's a family, relax.
Alrighty. As we continue, Gail was walking to the ring. I'm pretty sure at this point. No, she wasn't walking to the ring at this point. She was just backstage. Um, talking about how she gave Maria a chance. Um, you know, and shout out to that B-roll though. As she was talking, I was like, I see you, I see you, TNA, I see you, editing crew. I like that. I like how they kind of were summing it. They were summing it up still, but also letting her get what she needed to get out to. Um, she's talking about how we might get another fight between Gail Kim and Maria. Then we get a nice Decay vignette, which was nice. I definitely love these. I love the vignettes and the promos similar to the Miracle promos, where it gives that person or that group in this regard a different feel. They have their own little thing. I really like that. And then we have a Dixie kind of saying her hands are tied. She's gonna make this an unsanctioned fight for tonight between Rockstar Spud and EC3. Any thoughts on any of those things?
Um, I like the Decay vignette. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like Abyss seems a little bit misplaced with Rosemary and Crazy Steve.
I disagree. I think he's perfect.
I mean, of course you would.
I wish he would change the mask. The mask to me looks too much like that horrible Kane mask. Like if he go back to like the original mask, then I feel like he would. Like he just feels like out of place with that mask because it just looks weird. It just looks funny.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's something about it. It's just they need to change. I'm surprised they didn't change that. But I like that. And then we're gonna have a not. I like how they made it a non-sanctioned fight. We haven't had that in professional wrestling in a while, where they make a non-sanctioned fight. It just makes it seem that much more intense, and the feud has gotten to the point where the company doesn't want to sanction it. They don't want to have to deal with that, so they just make an unsanctioned match. I miss when wrestling companies like WWF, WCW used to do that. And then unfortunately with WWE we got into like the PG era where all that kind of
everything must be sanctioned.
Yes, everything must be sanctioned. There has to be a referee. No blood, nothing. But I was excited about it.
Agreed. As we move on, we got Abyss versus Jimmy Havoc, and I'm not gonna give you this match. I'm gonna give you Drew Galloway versus Mike Bennett. I definitely I thought this match was good. I like that Jimmy Havoc doesn't just come in and get a regular match like that. Like it's kind of like one of those things where it feels like this feud is kind of even more intense than it already is. Because Jimmy Havoc doesn't even need just a regular match to kind of do his thing. I was excited to see Jimmy Havoc though, because I had heard some things about him being sloppy, but they are liars. Whoever said that, you're a liar. You're a liar. I love Jimmy Havoc a lot. I love the trash can reversal as he went for the suicide dive. I thought that was really cool. Havoc falling through the table after the Abyss chair shot was nice. The drop kick through the table. That poor Janice. That poor Janice. I just feel bad for her. She just keeps getting her head hit on certain areas, and I just feel bad for. It's mean. It is female cruelty. They can't do that. But the black hole slam through the barbed wire board, I saw it coming, but I still liked it because Abyss didn't go through it, which was pretty cool to see. But I was like, black hole slam, on the bar board. I see it. I see it. I see it. Yeah. Any thoughts on Abyss versus Jimmy Havoc? No disqualification match. I'm glad it was a no DQ match instead of a Monsters Ball, just because it at least made it feel a little bit different. Because it seems like we've seen a nice portion of Monsters Balls throughout the last little bit.
Yeah. First of all, little known fact: this is not Lil Jimmy. It is not Lil Jimmy. Completely different guy. I know you were thinking it. He was like, "Is this Lil Jimmy?" No, it's not Lil Jimmy. I don't think. I've never actually seen Lil Jimmy, so maybe I don't know. But I love Jimmy Havoc. From the from the promos we got before, to the little bit of stuff I've seen on YouTube, to now, I'm really excited for him. And I like you said, I like that, he didn't debut in just a normal match. And it wasn't just a jobber match. Like, this was a really, good match that, felt like it was made for, him and Abyss to have this match. I kind of would have liked it to have been Crazy Steve a little bit more, because I feel like they could have done a little bit more together. But I also like the trash can spot. That was, bitch, why would you do that? Why would you throw the trash can at the man when he gonna die? Why would you do that?
It was very, what was it, Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho-esque? I don't know if you remember that suicide dive where Chris Benoit for the suicide dive and Jericho cracked him with that chair. And I think he landed on his head too.
Yeah. And the barbed wire board spot was awesome. I think it was so cool because it wasn't Abyss. Every time it's always Abyss. And for it to be somebody else, it's like, what? And the man was just wearing like a t-shirt with the sleeves cut off. Man, come on now. But this is a really good match. I'm excited to see what they do with this going on in the future.
I agree. I think this is a very interesting feud, and it has a lot of openings in it that we don't really know about yet. Which is also kind of cool. So it always keeps you guessing, which is always a nice thing. It's unpredictable, which is something we don't really get in wrestling anymore. Is unpredictability. But continuing, I'm trying to find another segue, but for now, I'm just gonna use that one. As we continue. We would get a Mike Bennett promo. Like I said, love the Miracle promos. It adds, Mike Bennett has like a presence about him already, but it adds something different to it as well. It's not just him sitting in the back, cutting a promo. EC3 gives his thoughts on Spud. Basically says he's gonna take his last breath from him. And then we have Gail Kim calling out Maria. Maria would talk about how she's just like her. And then as Gail Kim was leaving, Jade would attack her from behind with the title, saying that if Gail Kim wants a fight, then she's got that fight and that she's coming for what's hers, which I like a lot. It's nice to hear Jade talk. We don't hear the Dollhouse talk a ton. It doesn't seem like, especially without a leader, we don't really hear him talk a ton. It was usually just the leader talking, maybe like some just a little bit here and there. But I like Jade a lot. I think her versus Gail Kim could be a really good match. Any thoughts on Gail Kim, Maria, Jade? The knockouts in general, or Mike Bennett cutting this promo, EC3 and Spud still going on? Any thoughts?
I mean, out of the 27,000 names you just listed, I'm gonna talk about Jade. I don't know if you felt this way, but Jade just got hot for some reason. I mean, I don't know what it was, but I was like, girl.
Like attractive wise, or like?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the authority that
it was that weird Dollhouse like shoulder thing she was doing. I that's what it was.
Yeah, sure, yeah. And also she is the leader. I don't know what you're talking about. They don't got it. She clearly is the leader. But Yeah, I like that they did that a little attack from behind, kind of giving her a push, because they weren't really sure what they were doing with the dollhouse because everyone quits or gets suspended or fired or whatever, because basically being in the dollhouse is kind of like the Madden curse. Just nothing good comes out of it. Nothing. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Next, we got Eric Young versus Big Damo. Big Damo started this match off with it was for the King of the Mountain title, I think. And Big Damo started off this match with a running drop kick, which I was like, yeah, you do that thing, Big Damo. And Damo has some nice combos in this match. I definitely liked it. You could kind of see that like indie style within him a little bit, which I thought was pretty cool. I love when they bring in indie wrestlers and they kind of show a different style. EY reversed I think it was about a third. I think it was a third senton at this point, with the knees to the back, which I was like, "Ow, come on, don't do that to Big D." Oh, wait, no, not Big D. Damo, don't do that to Damo. And then EY hits the pile driver for the win, and Damo looked like he died. I think he might, they might have to revive him in the back or something because he died on that pile driver. This is a good match. I think from something I saw, a post I saw, some pictures I saw, we're getting a King of the Mountain match next week too, with an already packed show already. King of the Mountain match for the King of the Mountain title, and Big Damo's involved in it too. So that'll be fun. Any thoughts on Big Damo versus EY or Big D, whatever you want to call him? What's up to you?
I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but a caveman in a furry sweater vest done drop kicked EY in the beginning of this match. The man was hairy. I'm just saying he was big. But I don't know. I wasn't too impressed when he first came out. I was like, this guy, whatever. And then that drop kick, and I was like, I'm sold. Sold.
See, there you go again, Casey, hating on the big dudes. Shame, sizest.
I'm done. I quit. No, but I'm excited. I like when they bring indie guys, especially international indie guys that we maybe might not know as well. I know they said that he's known all around the world, and I was like, not here. But I'm just excited when they bring new guys like that in. Guys that we kind of want to learn more about. And he's hairy too, so that not that that's a bad thing. Albert used to be hairy, and then he found these things called razors, and he shaved. So maybe Big D gonna go shave, or he gonna keep it. It's whatever.
Well, all right then. Let's get into Galloway talking about how he's gonna make the Miracle tap out, and the match that I'm gonna give you for tonight, the technical main event, because the last match was a fight. Drew Galloway versus the Miracle, Mike Bennett. Casey, take it away.
Well, I mean, you got the Miracle, Mike Bennett, Michael Bennett. No, not that Michael Bennett. Not the Seahawks Michael Bennett. It's a different Michael Bennett. This is the professional wrestler Michael Bennett, and this was a good match. You got Michael Bennett, and you got that Drew Galloway, and
and you got that Casey not taking notes. Like
when you be writing your notes and your computer freezes, and you go to you go to refresh your computer, and you know it's saying save. But you know that Mike Bennett, he a good guy. He a good guy. He in America, so and that's what TNA need. TNA need America, and cause he was in Ring of Honor. If you didn't know that, where Taven at though? Where Taven at? I miss me some Matt Taven. Yeah.
All right,
What do you think of this match?
So Mike Bennett versus Drew Galloway.
It was a classic.
It was a good match. Galloway went right after Bennett. Then Bennett got lifted into the steel post. I remember I know you saw that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
This match was back and forth though, which I thought gave a lot of credibility to Mike Bennett, considering especially if you don't know Mike Bennett, from Ring of Honor or from the Indies in general. It kind of gave a lot of credibility because he is like a new guy to TNA, but they're already trying to push him up to that kind of world heavyweight championship level. I don't know what the Drew Galloway's submission move is called, the Iron Clayton thing. I don't know what he calls it, but the submission, what is it?
Oh, that one. I don't know.
No, not the kick. No, not the kick. The submission. But Maria would put Bennett's foot on the rope, which I thought was a nice little touch, and then Bennett would end up getting the win by the roll up, which is fine because it keeps the feud going, which is what I want. I'm excited. I want to see where they're going to continue to go because I definitely like this feud. It's going pretty well. It's giving Bennett and Galloway, time to be vocal too and cut promos on each other, which is always a nice touch. We go backstage and we would get Matt Hardy trying to get Spud hype. He didn't call him a gazelle or nothing, but it was very similar to the EC3 hype of old. And then Grado would talk about his dreams, on the outside of the Impact Zone in the UK, and he would talk about his dreams in wrestling. And then he says he got some proof. He got some proof that Odar the Great is not Grado. He got that proof next week. He also has that proof that he was robbed. He was not truly fired, and I'm excited. I heard somebody say, I was looking at a group post or something like that, and they was like, Grado needs to go to NXT so he can work on his talent or something. I'm like, no, he don't. He's the best. Watch his documentary and you'll have a lot more respect for that man. I encourage everyone to watch his documentary because I have so much more respect for Grado after watching that man's documentary, even though I loved him before and the fanny pack. Anyway, Casey, thoughts on Grado or Odar? He might have been there in the background or something, or Matt Hardy was Spud.
Grado, he don't need to prove anything. First of all, we all know him and Odar are two different people. In fact, he should go to NXT with Odar. They form a tag team. They help build up the tag team division in NXT and then WWE. They take it by storm. They do the twin magic, except for Odar. He wears a mask, so that wouldn't really work. But you know what? I think it could work. I think I could see them being the new NXT tag team champions.
Somebody just yawned at Grado. They should be ashamed. That man is one of the most entertaining professional wrestlers in this. Speaking of it, where was my Eli Drake weekly promo? Where was it? Where was it, TNA? Y'all disappointed. See, this show was 5 stars, and then I remembered Eli Drake was not on it. Okay, was not on it. Let me tell you something. Okay, we need Eli Drake every week, TNA. But anyway, enough of my complaints. We get a fight, and it's unsanctioned. And it was almost empty arena. That's just how TNA does. If they gonna unsanction it, they gonna empty the arena out. Okay, they didn't do that this time, but I remember that one time it was Sting and Kurt Angle. in an empty arena match. It was like when Fortune and shoot, maybe Mafia was feuding, and then I think Kurt Angle and Sting. I remember this. These are moments you must remember from vintage, as Michael Cole would say, TNA history, vintage. But Tyrus and Matt Hardy would try to attack EC3 before he even came to the ring. And EC3 randomly a shirt appeared on the man's body. I don't know how he did it. I don't know if like he had forgot it. What he was mad when he first came out, so he forgot his shirt in the back. But this time he had a shirt. It didn't stay on for long, but he had the shirt. So I was like, okay, I see you, EC3. He ends up throwing him in the back of a tractor trailer. At least that's what the commentators called it. Spud was trying to get away, but EC3 wasn't having it. This was a pretty good kind of back and forth match. It felt, or back and forth fight. It felt like EC3 used the guardrails quite a bit. Love the power bomb through the table, and then EC3, because he's got the monies. He locks in the $1 million dream. I saw it, EC3. You ain't gonna play with me like you didn't. He locked in the $1 million dream and ended Rockstar Spud's night. Any thoughts on the unsanctioned full arena fight between EC3 and Rockstar Spud?
You know, first off, I mean, I don't understand what the point of the shirt was, because, I mean, why are you going to put a shirt on if you just going to take the shirt right off? I don't get it. And secondly, you know, EC3, he can't be doing this. He can't be, you know, he was so violent and, you know, just so mean to Spud. He should have been suspended and fined for the things that he did to Rockstar Spud. It was uncalled for. You know, it was just wrong. And they need to, okay, what they need to do is they need to just hug it out like Kane and Daniel Bryan. You know, they need to talk to Dr. whatever the fuck his name was. I forgot it right now off the top of my head. Dr. Shelby. Yeah, that guy. They need Dr. Shelby. And, you know, they just need to hug this out, because, I mean, I like the non-sanction thing, but that was just too violent. You know, you can't do that to my boy Rockstar Spud. You can't do that. You know, but I'm excited. I kind of want to, you know, figure out how do you know when the fight ends? How did those referees know that was the time to come and break up the fight? Was that a time? You know, was it like Dixie Carter was like?
I thought they was just gonna kick all the referees out. Like they were just gonna kick them out the building, kick all the personnel out the building.
Yeah. I was like, yo, this is unsanctioned. Why are you breaking it up? Like, technically, TNA is involved in it now, so it's not unsanctioned anymore. You ruined it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what if we get round 2 next week. You know. Yeah.
I'm also quite excited. I'm trying to find that picture so I can tell you guys what matches that we have coming up here in a minute. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But they're on TNA's Twitter page, so just look on there. I know we got a nice lineup for next week, so it should be a pretty good show next week. I'm definitely excited, you know. And the only thing that was missing is Eli Drake. So next week, TNA. You know, that's all I need to see. That's all I need to see. Cause let me tell you something. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this video or subscribe to this channel. Like this video, share this video, do whatever do whatever you got to do. You know, do whatever you got to do, and we will see you guys later. We got WrestleMania 4 coming up very, very, very soon. We'll be putting that on the Twitter as soon as we talk to Justin, and he never watches it. But anyway, we will see you guys later. If you haven't already, follow us on Twitter as well. We try to keep that as updated as possible. The videos, as soon as they go up, they go right there on the Twitter. So be sure to to do that. We got a Facebook page as well, the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, and more with like 8 exclamation points. We got all of it. We on all the social media. We'll call your grandma and be like, watch the video, grandma, ma'am. Ma'am. I apologize. We'll call your grandma. We'll call your grandma. We'll be as respectful as possible. Uh, but anyway, we will see you guys later. We hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to come back for the WrestleMania reviews. It's going to be a fun time. Um, I think maybe we'll even post that list on Twitter just in case no one saw that video that we had. So we might do that too. That'll help a lot too. But we will see you guys later.